Peace, family. Let me ask you a question. In the last 60 years, what have been the combined efforts of our so-called civil rights leaders? What have we been able to see and touch with our own hands, experience ourselves, and protect our community? What have these guys actually done? And if you don't want to go over the whole 60 years, let's just go over the last 20. What have they done in the last 20 years that protects our people today, that we can wrap ourselves up in the comfort knowing that it's going to be here for the rest of our lives and the rest of our children's lives and for future generations? Just give me one example of an accomplishment that comes even close to fulfilling that ambition, that goal. There is none. That being said, how is it that we allowed Jesse Jackson to resign from his position? What have you done to even justify you being in the civil rights movement for all the time that you've been there? You wasn't even able to protect the rainbow in your own rainbow coalition. The LGBTQ took that from you. And as a pastor and a civil rights leader, you should have been the loudest voice in the room saying, no, you are not going to take our symbol from God and our organization to be the symbol of an abomination to God's eyes. He said nothing. Nothing. What have these so-called civil rights leaders done to inspire and motivate our people, to get us to see things that we would not have seen on our own? Calmed our fears, strengthened us, gave us reason to fight, to take ownership and control. These people have done nothing. They haven't done anything. They haven't suggested anything that takes us out of the ownership and control of whites. Whatever goals and ambition these so-called civil rights leaders have falls right within the margins set by our oppressor. But you know, if these were true civil rights leaders, they would have inspired you. They would have motivated you. Just to give you some what-if scenarios. What if, when Farrakhan encouraged 1 million black people to come to Washington, that spent $300, $400, $500 just to hear a speech? What if Farrakhan had said, you know what, instead of spending that money just to hear me talk, that's not going to protect our people at all, that's not going to change the course of our existence, take $200, $100, and donate it to the organization, the Nation of Islam. And out of that million people that committed to come to this speech, if you become financial donors with $200, that'd be $200 million. We'll build businesses right there in your community. Where would the civil rights movement be today had we did that 30 years ago? Now, ask yourself this. Where will we be at today if we decided to do that? And I know a lot of you are sitting up here talking about something, well, if we did that, why are you going to come and tear it down? All they're going to do is come and tear it down. Well, let's say, first of all, let's take the first part. Let's say we did come together collectively as a people, economically, politically, to determine our own existence, to take ownership and control of our own destiny. And we did commit $200 a person and built our own community. And we allowed our black people to come and stay there and live in peace and harmony. The peace that we had before our people were enslaved. Because your civil rights leaders should be inspiring you by reminding you of the lives that we lived before these people crossed our paths. And we're going to start taking on efforts to relive and return to that existence. And we committed ourselves to this cause. And let's say Whitey do show up, and you in the midst of a shower, you in your home bathing, and you hear out in the streets a noise that you're not familiar with. And you look out your window and you see blacks and whites battling out in the streets. What do you think they're fighting for? Whites have come, finally, to take back from you what you truly deserve, what was yours in the first place. What are you gonna do? Sit there and cower behind your curtain and watch and only hope that your people be victorious? Are you gonna forget about the life that you was living within this community? The peace, the bonding, the working together? Are you going to sit here and allow whites to come in here and take it all away from you, your children, your neighbor's children? And even if the black people were victorious without your assistance, could you live with yourself knowing that you didn't even try? I could see not fighting for yourself, but how can you not fight for your people? If I lived in such a community and I looked out my window and I heard and saw things, I'm like, and saw this, two things would enter my mind. One, what's the quickest way I can get down there? Do I go out this window or do I go down the stairs? Because if I jump out this window, I don't want to compromise myself. I don't want to twist an ankle, twist a knee, and then I can't fight to my full capacity. Or do I take 2 extra seconds to run down these freaking steps and out that door? If we did this as a people, what right would whites have to come and tear it down? This is what you need to be asking yourself. This is what you need to be asking your so-called civil rights leaders. What right do whites have to determine the lives of another people? We should not have allowed Jesse Jackson to resign in dignity. He should have been thrown out. But we cannot cry over spilled milk. What's done is done. But there's another. He has a protege, Al Sharpton, that learned up under him. If you don't trust me to lead this movement, send this video to him and see if he'll implement it. And if he even take a second to consider it, immediately throw him out of office. Don't send another dime to him or any other so-called black person that speak up for black people. You know, when you retire from your prestigious career and you've been in this thing for 30, 40 years. I remember Kobe Bryant, I think his last game, he scored like 70 points. Dwayne Wade, on his last game, he scored a whole, made you think he still had something left in the tank. These guys ain't shown you nothing in the last 15 years, let alone the last game. I see people play their last game, go out with a bang. These civil rights leaders, they leave out with a whimper.